Each of our mine sites have a fleet of these ultra-class haul trucks. They consume between 2,500 to 3,000 litres of diesel per day. By converting these trucks to hydrogen, we'll be eliminating up to 80% of the emissions associated with diesel on each mine site.
If you take a step back and look at what we're trying to do, it is nuts. It's like a 3-story off-road vehicle that needs a neighborhood amount of power to run itself. So solving this problem of converting a haul truck to run on hydrogen is tremendously difficult.
We will go to the haul truck, we'll pull out the old diesel power plant and replace it with our new hydrogen fuel cell power plant.
The technical challenges are enormous. It's not an iteration on an existing design. This is a completely new solution to a problem.
The real trick is to get it working inside of a vehicle that wasn't designed for it.
Everything around me that we are building for this hydrogen truck power plant is for a single truck. And that power plant is going to output 2 megawatts. 2 megawatts is enough to power 1,000 homes from one power plant that's going in one truck.
I think we lose sight of the magnitude of the potential change that we can make on a day-to-day basis because we're in the thick and the slog of whatever the problem is of the day.
This is the one that keeps me up at night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like a start over almost.
Every once in a while, when you actually can crack a beer open and you can actually reflect, it's like, this is crazy. But it's a good kind of crazy.
We have a real chance here to make a big difference. And if we do this right, it'll be the first of many like this.
It sounds pretty simple to say that it's just fuel cells and batteries. A fuel cell and a power converter have been put together before. 8 of them in parallel have not. The final proof of concept test is a big deal. It's about seeing how 8 fuel cells, a massive radiator, and 7 very, very large lithium batteries all work together.
Once we dry out.
So tonight is the culmination of a pretty substantial test campaign. This is the first time we've demonstrated all these things working together at once. So it'll be pretty exciting. Are you all ready for HVDC? Any reason not to proceed to that at this point?
20 years from now, gas cars are probably going to be in the minority. Heavy mining trucks, mass transit, things like that, they could all be hydrogen powered.
You good? Okay. Ready, set, 1.5.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
If we succeed with hydrogen fuel cell technology, we will raise the bar for what we can do and what we should do.
And 1.5.
Go ahead.
Now.
And then set voltage to 970.
970 now.
That has the potential to have a ripple effect that's way bigger than our company and way bigger than any single project.
Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we're holding steady.
Did we do it?
That's a POC power plant.
Now that we've done the testing, the power plant's heading out to fulfill its life in South Africa. We're using a giant crane to lift it and put it on the shipping frame, and it's going to be on its way to Multilengüe.
One of the things maybe I'm guilty of is not celebrating those wins, like when we get it into the truck and we power the wheels for the first time, and then when it gets first motion and it gets its first payload in it. For me, the journey's a lot further away, but yeah, it's definitely many small wins along the way.
Anglo American has been in South Africa for more than 100 years. Here at Multilengüe, we mine platinum group metals. For decades, we've been using these trucks in our mines with diesel as a fuel source.
So in order for us to meet our decarbonisation objectives by 2040, we're building a fleet of hydrogen haul trucks that will be zero emission and run on green hydrogen. And so now this week, we're going to be running the hydrogen electric truck on the road for the first time.
This drivetrain of the hydrogen truck has been under development in the US for the best part of 12 months.
This truck used to have a 2,700 horsepower diesel engine in it, strapped to an alternator, and we're taking all of that out and we're putting in our power plant. So instead of the diesel engine providing the electricity for the truck, a combination of our fuel cells and batteries are providing the electric power for the truck.
So we've already tested the power plant in Seattle, where we made the world record power output from a fuel cell assembly. We've shipped it to South Africa via the largest cargo plane in the world.
It was very exciting to see it land here in South Africa, where our truck was ready for installation. And this new drivetrain had to be installed and integrated into the truck, not only in the space where the diesel engine used to be, but also integrated into the control systems of the truck.
We've been building this thing and watching it sit in a warehouse in Seattle, and seeing it actually here in South Africa getting installed in the truck is probably the highlight so far.
3 years has gone extremely quickly. To think that we're literally days away from seeing it all happen is extremely exciting. It's actually a bit surreal. It won't sink in until it happens, I don't think. Hey Carl, how you doing?
Great to
see you,
yourself,
man. You right?
Cool, man. Looks totally different.
Oh man, it looks fantastic.
Awesome, man. No, we've put in a lot of effort with the team here.
Wow. I know last time I came here, I think the radiator was on the ground.
That's correct, yes. Welcome in.
And the stairway on. It just fits by the looks of things.
It just looks beautiful with it on there, yes. We've got the hydrogen rack on the truck.
Excellent. They're looking good for rolling this week.
The only item still outstanding, we're just waiting for that prop shaft, and then we're good to get going.
Fantastic.
It's important to recognize that the truck is part of a full mining cycle. For that reason, the wonderful work that this team is doing considered the whole infrastructure and system around the truck. So the follow-on step is the process of building our own PV plant and supplying green energy into our electrolyzer.
In order to generate and supply green energy, we've got a number of diverse disciplines ranging from civil and structural, electrical, and control and instrumentation engineers. In my role, I oversee the proof of concept and also working on the upscale project. Morning, everyone. What's happening today? What are you working on?
So throughout this project, we put 40 units of panels. This is the A team, actually. I call them the A team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Within Future Smart Mining, NewGen represents the zero-emission haulage system that our truck forms part of. The PV plant and our electrolyzer will conclude the entire loop, ensuring that we've got a truck using green hydrogen as a fuel source.
Hello.
Hey, Virginia.
Hey, Virginia, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you,
How
Virginia.
are you?
Wow.
Big change, eh?
Yeah, I know. The electrolyzers look really cool.
Green hydrogen is produced from water by an alkaline electrolyzer. So basically what we do is separating the water into oxygen and hydrogen. And in order to feed the electricity required to these electrolyzers, we have installed a solar PV field. We need a very high purity for fuel cells. They are very sensitive to pollutants. So we produce a 99.98% purity of hydrogen. We can produce 1.4 tons of hydrogen per day. And we can store up to 1 ton per day. This means that we can provide clean hydrogen to the trucks at any time of the day.
It's been almost 2 years now that we've been working on this technology, and having to actually see this coming to fruition, it's mind-blowing.
So Krunal, who's on a flight right now, is hand carrying the shaft that we need to actually get the truck rolling. But then this is the final kind of power plant controller
This is the brains of this whole contraption. From here, we're controlling the fuel cells, controlling the batteries, and the various systems on the truck.
Oh, it looks amazing, doesn't it?
It does. Really, really, honestly, it does.
Made it, Cornell. How's it going? You right? How was your flight?
Good.
Main thing is, where's the shaft?
Right here.
Is that it?
Yeah, right here.
Cool. Now we've got to get it on, fit it on.
Right.
The missing link.
Yep,
That's
literally. It's not a connector, not a harness, just a piece of metal.
Excited?
Oh yeah, man. This is a good week to be here.
I know. So this is literally the final piece.
And then once that's installed, we should be able to start moving this guy on its own.
Cool, good stuff. Well, let's get it and put it on.
When the truck first operates, I think it will be vindication of the work that a lot of smart, dedicated young people who are committed in the concept of future smart mining. They've achieved something really special.
This truck represents so much more than just the mining solution. It represents us as a company, our thinking about technology development and deployment, but not only for our own benefits, but for the benefit of society at large.
I think we're ready down here. Command send for traction ready.
APU fan spun up.
Plug motor is spinning up nicely. One last check. Any reason we shouldn't go to high voltage?
Good for HV. Tim engine MU state is running.
We need to actually work together in order to actually solve the problem that we are facing globally. And Anglo-American is playing a vital role in starting or creating these initiatives towards global decarbonization.
Everything looks good up here. Everyone clear of the truck?
All is ready from us in the first mode trailer. The ball is yours. You are good to proceed.
Copy that.
Oh, here we go.
We're moving.
Wow.
Everything looks good.
That's awesome.
How did it feel?
Feels awesome. Congratulations, CT-74, you're out of the gate.
Look at that. How cool does that look? We did it, eh?
It's good.
It's my hope that the team continues the leadership of the industry, pushes these things through, that really will set the industry up for a different relationship with society.
That's pretty good.
You designed a heck of a power plant.
Things are happening. This is not just talk. To see that first motion of our truck made it real is absolutely amazing.
Right now, what we've done is we've created a proof of concept that demonstrates to us that we know it's achievable, we know the things we need to improve on, we know the pathway now. What we really want to get to is a point where we've got a refueling system that can support 40 trucks here at Multilengüe. Until we get to the point where we can actually deliver metals and minerals without any carbon footprint, that's really where I'll be very proud of what we've done and what we've achieved. It's bigger than Anglo-American, and that's what's really exciting.
It fills me with a sense of pride to be part of how we're leading the next step of changing the face of mining and changing the face of energy. Without our people, this would have not been possible.
Well done, guys. Well done, fantastic. Really proud of all of you. Thank you. We can have a huge impact on the world and also the behavior of other industries by just having this solution in existence. That's actually probably one of the biggest achievements of this. This is it. Wow. Exactly. We took this truck, had about 70,000 hours on it. It was about 8 years old on the mine, and we've completely retrofitted it, and we've turned it into a 100% electric vehicle. The team completely redesigned it to be full electric. So there's electric motors now driving the hydraulics, electric motors doing all the cooling, and all of that needs to be managed in one system. So they designed this from scratch, incorporating that all together. The water, that's the only emission from this vehicle coming out the exhaust. So today we have 150 tons loaded in the back of the vehicle. This will put out 2 megawatts. We do that consistently in power. So from a South African perspective, this system is really well suited. You've got wonderful renewable resource. Obviously, we did this platinum mine, and the key ingredient in the fuel cells is platinum.
As you can see, we are actively working towards increasing our role in decarbonisation of our own mines, but ultimately developing entire industries that will benefit from this technology.
It represents the first of its kind in the world, and I believe it puts South Africa firmly and squarely on the global stage in terms of innovation and the decarbonisation of heavy-duty transportation.
If Anglo wants something to happen, it happens. Now we're seeing the truck because Anglo wanted it to happen. It is here. We can see it today.
This is the first in the world, really. So today, seated as we are here, gathered as we are making world history right here in Multilengüe, right here in Limpopo, Premier, right here in South Africa.
Family team from Secure Supplies. We have preserved and rebuilt green technologies actively around the world now for over 18 years. The water fueling and gas phase change technologies are changing the way your world's power and gas industries work. Helping you access these technologies is our life mission. Click the subscribe button now to join our technology releases and updates every Monday. And consider buying a ticket to the show by pressing the link in the description. If you would like to see the secrets ahead of time, head over to our Patreon tech training releases every Friday. Merch updates are ready. If you want to look good in the H2 hot rodding scene, and if you would like to pick up some hydrogen hot rodding merch, now is your chance. Please head over to our hydrogen hot rod shop. The link is in the description. Thanks. Alternatively, you can send me an email or join me on WhatsApp chat. The details are in the description. Let me know which things you like and what sizes you want. Network of home builders is growing very fast. Whether it's a roadster, supercar, or a yacht build, or maybe even an industrial power gas energy project. I'm here to assist and guide you. Please head over to the Consult with Dan link in the description, book a discussion for 10 to 30 minutes, and I will save you decades of study.